is only war.
Record. Yeah. What's that? What's that?
My hands look here. The camera. That'll help. Come actually on your lap. There you go. Oh, don't do that.
Oh.
Don't put his genitals in the video.
Just headbutted me.
Okay. Now talk.
What's up, gents? 40k dirtbags here. What is up, gents? 40k dirtbags here. Dog just came back in. So we're going over Death Guard today. We just went over Great Knights. Just got back from ACO yesterday. It was super blast. Super fun time. We placed top 8 out of everybody there. We were like the top ranked chaos player at ACO. And I think we won best chaos in 9th edition. So that's pretty cool. But today, talked to some of you guys actually at ACO, so thanks for coming up to me and saying hi. That was fucking awesome. It's always good to see fans of the channel and dirtbags. So if you guys are Patreons, most of these going up ahead of time on Patreon. We are doing a Patreon giveaway. It's a bunch of Grey Knight stuff, some Death Guard figures, maybe some sister stuff as well. That's going to be to our Patreons. Once we get up to 500, we're at like 430-ish right now. A bunch of Grandmasters definitely helping push through. But a lot of shit's coming up to the channel, so appreciate all you guys. Thanks for the support. Today, we're going over the point changes, specifically with Death Guard, and kind of the list that we're going to be testing out coming up in 10th edition. We still have yet to run a 10th edition game, but a lot of shit is coming out. There's so much I have to go through on the channel, especially with everything that Games Workshop is releasing. It's literally day, like so much stuff. Back to back. So I'm trying to do as much and quick as possible. So get the videos recorded, tell you my insight, get it up on YouTube, Patreon, and then kind of continue. But today I'm super excited about Death Guard because I'm the one of the very few people that still think they're good. You're going to hear a lot of stuff on Facebook. I'm sure you guys have already seen it. A lot of people say, oh, I'm quitting 10th edition. Well, who cares? Like, nobody really cares. But for the people that are going to stick around and like the game and the competitiveness and the friendly atmosphere and actually meeting new people and get to roll some dice, maybe have some beers, those people are the ones that we are really trying to get better at the game. And no matter what army you play, even Death Guard, you're going to have fun playing it. The whole point is to go to a GT, especially if you're not super competitive, just to get 3 games in a day. Some of us have kids, shit ton of work to do. When we can get out on a Saturday or Sunday and just play 3 straight games of 40k on the tabletop, you're just going out there to have some fun, right? So you can play whatever fucking army you want to play. Death Guard, if that's one of them, you really like the lore and the look of it like I do, you're going to be able to put it on the table and have some fun with it. So that's my rant. Let's get into the video. Here are the changes. So we have the Death Guard main points, and then the Death Guard old points. So if you guys can see this here, we're going to go kind of top to bottom and just give you our insight on what we're going to be seeing. So we have the Bilish Putrefier. Somebody was saying that him with the guys in the units being able to kind of automatically hit and shoot and stuff like that. Lethal hits for melee and shooting on a 5+. You can really put this guy in either gun unit or a melee heavy unit. Me personally, I'm probably gonna not. Depends on the points. It really just depends on the points if I'm going to be adding this guy over the other 2 people, because you're not going to have a ton of units in 10th edition. I'm noticing that pretty quickly. But if you go all infantry, definitely having this guy in one of the units to kind of run up and just... The lethal hits are going to be great for tanks and heavy vehicles and stuff like that. Bringing a Lord in there with Bilish Putrefier, you get to reroll the 1s. So that's going to help out with the lethal hits and stuff like that. Or Tallyman to get +1 to hit, but you don't really want the Tallyman up in the fray because he's going to give you that CP, hopefully. But he's 65 points, or 60 points. I think last time he was 65 points. So he leads, so same exact point. So he didn't really change anything, but we lost out on the mortal wounds. Like him being able to just give a unit mortal wounds in any fight phase was fucking insane. And turning all of our grenades into pistols, he kind of got a downgrade, honestly. Like going from what he did to what he does now, kind of like a downgrade. But being able to auto wound on 5s to hit is pretty cool. Blightlord Terminators, again, everything's free, so don't worry about the points for weapons or war gear or anything. So 5 models is 175 points. If you notice that you can only go 5 or 10 or 10 or 20, there's no in between, there's no single models, no single units, anything like that. So the troops elites right here. So we got Blightlord Terminators, 40 points a model. That was 200 points. So these guys actually went down 75 points. Now, when you see all the points go down, really we lost -1 damage. Like being able to lose -1 damage is kind of a big deal. So they, I think, got up to toughness 6. So we got a little bit more toughness. We kept the 2 up, 4 up, but we lost the -1 damage. So, and I think we lost the speed as well. So that's why they kind of gave off some points. So I was running 10 of these guys with all the weapons kitted out as much as possible. There's no more combi meltas, combi plasmas, any of that stuff. So it's just combi weapon, which could do mortal wounds. So if you can combine that with the flamer guy, that could be a pretty good combo. Just kind of deep striking, just unloading all the full rerolls, trying to get those mortal wounds from all the combi weapons. I think you could have 6 combi weapons in there. You could still bring the flails with these guys, so the flails could still do a lot of damage. You could bring some auto cannons with these guys, long range shots, but we're competing that with the Death Shroud Terminators, and the Death Shroud Terminators look awesome, and they hit really fucking hard, and they have -1 to wound, I believe, on the Death Shroud Terminator. So they got a point reduction of about 25 points, so that's actually pretty big when it comes to the points, and they're still pretty tanky. So Chaos Lord is 75 points compared to before he was 85 points. So we got down 10 points. And if you look at that guy, you can actually make him super hard hitting in combat. There's one of these, the Chamberlot, Deathly Pathogen. So 15 points, you can make any one of your characters insanely good in combat. +2 strength, +2 attacks. If you're on an objective, which most of the time, if you're charging on an objective or already on an objective, you're basically fighting to get that sticky objective. So you run up, you charge in, you fight, you kill something, +2 strength, +2 attacks. You're then sitting on the objective in your command phase. You then get sticky objectives, and you can go off and go do something else. So the Chaos Lord, reroll 1s to hits. And he's good for 75 points. Just an additional thing that you can put in Plague Marine units. Death Shroud Terminator armor is 100 points, went down from 105 points. So we actually, that's got to see what he does. All right, so they both do the same exact thing. The Terminator Lord or the regular Lord, they're both the same thing, where you get to do the mortal wounds on a 4+, or the reroll of 1s to hit. So they're competing over other stuff. Like the Chaos Lord is good with the Plague Marines, but the Terminator's competing with the other 3 Terminator Lords that we can bring in the army, and you can actually bring all of them if you really want to. The one of them, which does full rerolls to hit, or the other one does full rerolls to wound with shooting. So it's like I'd route the Virulence, the Lord of LOV, or the Lord of Contagion. Like you're probably going to be bringing one of those, and they're around the same exact points. 100 points, 115. 115 is going to be a must, I think, in every Death Guard list, because you're bringing Plague or Plague Burst Crawlers. Like you're going to want that +1 to hit and ignore cover. So yeah, it's really hard to compete with that. So you're probably going to skip that. Spawn, 75 points for 2 models. That went up, I believe, 25 points, because you used to bring one of them for 25 points, which, just to have a super fast speed 7 model in Death Guard, I think is really cool. So the Chaos Spawn is going to be able to heal. They kind of got a big buff, just being able to do D6 +2 attacks, Strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage. So that's basically 2d6 +4 attacks charging, and they have a Feel No Pain of a 5+, and they get to regen up to D3 lost wounds at the start of each player's command phase. So they're just constantly regenerating every single time. So honestly, I think 2 Death Guard Spawn is not bad. They're OPSEC 1, so at least they still have some type of OPSEC. They have 4 wound speed 8, so they actually gain some fucking speed. And they can do actions, unless it specifically says that Beast can't do actions, but that is an upgrade. So Death Guard Chaos Spawn is actually a pretty big upgrade. Death Guard Cultists, so 10 models for 55 points, still super fucking cheap. I didn't know that we can actually bring Cultists now. So Cultists have the Scout move 6. So being able to do, having a Scout move and then do sticky objectives, always good. So they have Scout move 6, Nurgle's Gift, Aura. You bring some firearms all for free on them. But yeah, they're just a really cheap Scout move OBSEC thing in Death Guard. So 55 points, always good. If you want to go crazy and do a 20-man unit for 110 points, also not bad. Death Guard Demon Prince, I think, is going to be needed. So when the Death Guard Demon Prince comes up, you're going to want a walking one, especially if you're doing a lot of infantry. So let's pull that guy up. Death Guard Demon Prince with wings. I mean, you didn't really lose out on points. 170 points for the Death Guard Demon Prince compared to 140 points, so that's with the sword, 150 points. So 150 points compared to 170 points. What did he gain? He gained a 2+ save. That's actually huge. He's toughness 10, which is pretty tanky. 10 wounds. So he gained wounds, he gained toughness, he gained a save. Is the walking toughness 11? No, still toughness 10. So 2 up, toughness 11. Holy fuck. So Death Guard Demon Prince is toughness 11. 2 wounds, speed 7, leadership 6, OBSEC 3. He gained a shooting attack, Plague Spear anti-infantry 2+, and while friendly Death Guard infantry in contagion range, so 3 inches, 6, 9, has a 6 up, feel no pain. So just 2 up, 4 up. So we actually got super tankier. This is probably one of the tankiest Demon Princes that we have. Almost like Mortarion, because he's also going to be getting a cover save. If you just kind of stick him near Mortarion behind some cover and surrounded by all the units, obviously, then he's going to be able to get some pretty tankiness walking across the table. Death Guard Demon Prince with wings is 215 points. That is insanely expensive. What do you get for it? Each time a model of charge move, select one enemy unit within engagement range of it. Must take a battle shock test. Each time the model ends its charge move until the end of the charge. Devastating wounds. So he's devastating wounds, which is actually pretty good. So you don't really, you're competing over a super hard-hitting Demon Prince with devastating wounds if he charges. And 2 battle shock tests compared to getting a feel no pain for everybody within 6 inches of them, or 3, 6, 9 inches of them. So I definitely would go with the Walking Prince. So that's probably what I'm going to be testing out, is the Walking Prince with Morty. 170 points is pretty steep, but again, to get that 6 up feel no pain, you're going to have some type of feel no pain against a lot of damage coming in. The Hellbrute is fucking insane. I was just looking at him a little bit ago, but the Hellbrute, I definitely think is something that we want to try out. With the Tank Shock ability, being able to kind of charge in and roll damage based off the strength of his weapon. So you can actually bring a Hellbrute Hammer, which is 5 attacks, hitting on 4s, 14 strength, -3, d6 + 1 damage. What's cool about it is that if he charges in on a 2+, the enemy unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. And you could do 1 CP, and then you roll 14 plus 2 dice if you're over their toughness, and anything on a 5+, they take mortal wounds. So you're doing D3 plus potential 6 more D3. So it's going to be 6 or 7 to 9 mortal wounds right when you charge in before you even make any attacks. So that is that's kind of insane. You could bring a twin autocannon on him as well. It's 2 shots, strength 9, AP 1, 3 damage. 1 shot last cannon, plague, heavy bolter, multi-melta. So if you're going to get him in combat, you're definitely going to want something that does a shit ton of damage when you're charging in. So the Hellbrute Plasma Cannon is blast, hazardous, D3 shot, strength 8, AP 3, 3 damage, or the, yeah, honestly, maybe just the 2 combat weapons. Multi-melta just to do some more damage. So and he's twin linked if he has 2 Hellbrute Fists, so you get to reroll the wound rolls. Hellbrute Fist is 5 attacks. He doesn't get any extra attacks, but 5 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 12, -2, 3 damage, twin linked. So he's pretty cool, just to be able to do a shit ton of mortal wounds and probably kill whatever the hell he touches. So he is 155 points. I think he was 105 points before. Where's the Hellbrutes? Yeah, he was 105 points. So he actually gained 50 points this edition. He has a 2-up save, which is new. Toughness 9 with 8 wounds, OBSEC 3. He moves 6 as well, which is actually pretty fast for us. So, and he's going to have cover. So 2 up, in cover, toughness 9, speed 6. Not bad. Yeah, so he's cool. We got the Icon Bearer, which I think is going to be such a cool thing to combi with the Bell guy. So if you bring the Death Guard Icon Bearer for 55 points, he's going to be able to, while this model is leading a unit, add 1 to the objective control. So now your Plague Marines are OPSEC 3, so you can make it on a melee unit. Once per battle at the end of your movement phase, this model can use this ability. If it does, until the start of the next command phase, this model's unit is treated having contagion range of 12 inches. So these guys are either hopping out of a Rhino, or advancing out of a Rhino, or moving out of the Rhino, charging, and then using this to extend the range by 12 inches. That's going to extend your Bell's guy's range by 12 inches as well. And if you do that, everything within 12 inches of him is going to be -2 to leadership and battle shock tests. And trying to force people battle shock tests with the Plague Crawler, people are going to be running like a lot. So this guy is an aura. While an enemy is within contagion range of this model, each time battle shock or leadership test is taken, subtract 2 from the test. And that unit also gets to reroll, bless you, advance and charge rolls made for that unit. So this guy's going to be able to advance pretty far out of the Rhino, or move up and then charge out of the Rhino with a reroll. So just a free reroll built in. Doesn't really hit too hard. He has 5 attacks, AP 0. But he does have a plasma pistol in him. So I'm going to be bringing the Noxus Blightbringer, which his points, which we never ran him before. So honestly, no matter what is, I mean, he's 60 points. So he's a good unit to kind of mess with people's leadership, especially in this edition. Leadership is huge. So that's that. We got the Death Guard Land Raider, 250 points before, which we never really brought Land Raiders. It was 245 points, so it was just a Chaos Land Raider. So 5-point difference. All the weapons are free, so just to be able to have an assault ramp and get that extra movement is going to be kind of huge with Death Guard. So I think Mortarion gives us cover saves everything within 6 inches, and I don't think it's determined on vehicles. So let me know. So the Chaos Land Raider, each time it disembarks, speed 10. So now we hold 12 models. Yep, 12 models. So it's speed 10. So you're going to be able to hold a Lord of Contagion and then 5 Death Shroud Terminators, or I think we can only hold 3. What is the limit? Death Shroud Terminators, 3 models. So 3 or 6. That kind of sucks. So, or Blight Lord Terminators with some crazy flamers and melee weapons. So either 6 Death Shroud Terminators coming out, and then you can't add anybody else, which kind of sucks, or 10 fucking Plague Marines and then 2 leaders in that Plague Marine squad. Being able to move up 10 inches, get out 3, and then still shoot and charge afterwards. Yeah, I think Land Raiders would definitely be something that we should definitely try in 10th edition. Toughness 12, which is insane. 2 up save, wound 16, OBSEC 5 with speed 10. So Morty, what does he give you? Morty gives you Wild Friendly Death Guard unit. So it's just literally the unit. So he's going to have a 2 up with cover save, toughness 12, wound 16. He literally has the same stats as fucking Mortarion. So Mortarion with a Land Raider right next to you, running up the table with some either Plague Marines or Terminators inside is going to be fucking scary. Like, shit, how do I blow this shit up before it even gets to me? Do they blow up the Land Raider with all the guys inside, or they try and kill Morty, who has a 2 up, 4 up, 5 up, Feel No Pain in cover? That's honestly, I don't even know what to do if that is literally running across the table at me. What else? We got the Predator, which is going to be our anti kind of tank and firepower from super far away. We went over these before, but there's 2 options. There's usually the one option which is really good against tanks, or the one option which is really good against infantry. So you have the Twin Last Cannon, which is twin linked for the Predator Annihilator, 130 points, and the Predator Destructor is 140 points. So the Destructor is the Combi Bolter, Heavy Bolter Autocannon. So Predator Autocannon, 4 shots, Rapid Fire 2. Holy shit. So you get 6 shots within 24 inches range, hitting on 3s, Strength 9, AP 1, 3 damage. That's insane. And each time this model makes a range attack that targets an infantry, improve the armor penetration kit. Yeah, this is fucking insane. So get your predators ready. Move 10, toughness 10, 3-up save, in cover if you're near Morty, wounds 11, OBSEC 4. So you're gonna get just a shit ton of shots. Not a lot of blast. The only blast is the Havoc launcher on this one. Then the other one, which is the Annihilator, same thing. They have the Predator Twin Last cannon. Yeah, I would just go with the fucking this thing. The Death Guard Predator Destructor. So Destructor is 140 points. What did we have last time? 130 points plus 10 for the last cannon, or 115 points plus 10 for the last cannon. Chaos Predator Destructor it is. So I definitely want to have one, maybe two of these guys in the back with all of our Plague Burst Crawlers, just to fucking unload all the anti-heavy infantry or tanks. So Death Guard Rhino, 80 points, stay the same. Sorcerer and Terminator armor, I think this guy is going to be nuts for 80 points. Holy shit, why is it only 80 points? Terminator, Sorcerer, 110 points is what it was. This guy coming down and just basically stopping or making your units that much more tankier is kind of really good for 80 points. Holy shit, I'm looking at his stats, and he can bring a fucking chain fist. Like anti-vehicle 3+, 3 attacks, weapon skill 4, strength 80, B2, 2 damage. So anti-vehicle 3+ is really what you care about, because who cares about the strength when you're winning it on 3s? 2 damage. Psychic, at the start of the fight phase, you can select one enemy within 18 inches invisible. On a 2+, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack. Each time an attack is allocated to a model in this Psychic unit. So putting in with a really hard-hitting or tanky 5-man unit with Death Shroud, Terminators are going to be -1 to wound. And with this, now they're going to be -1 to damage if they attack that unit. And once per battle, after selecting targets with a Psychic weapon equipped with this model until the end of the phase, improve the strength and damage characteristics of the weapon by 2. So he has once per battle. That kind of sucks. Witchfire, Hazardous, no precision, Curse of the Leper. So it's 2d6 hitting on 3s, 24-inch range, 2d6 hitting on 3s, strength 6, AB2, 1 damage, Hazardous, Psychic. So you increase the strength and damage. So it goes up to damage 3 Psychic. Holy shit. So 2d6 shots, strength 8, -2, 3 damage. Yeah, that's going to kill some people. Yeah, so this guy with some Death Shroud Terminators or Blight Lord Terminators, but Death Shroud because they're more tankier, is just going to be able to do a lot less damage. But for 80 points, that's a sweet deal, honestly. Death Shroud Terminators, 140 points. They went down 10 points. They did gain -1 to wound if your strength, I believe, 7 or more, because they're toughness 6. So strength 7 or more, they're going to be -1 to wound, which is going to be pretty cool. So only wounding on 3s or 4s. So if your strength 7 through 11, you're going to be wounding me on 4s. If your strength 12 or more, you're going to be wounding me on 3s. That's still pretty good on a 2 or 4 model. Yeah, those guys are insane. So lost 1 speed, but they have anti-infantry 2+ or 3+ on the Flamers now, so it's automatically wounding instead of just being strength 3. Putting him with the Lord of V, you get to reroll all the wounds. So against anti-infantry, they're going to be really good to go against. If you put them up on a second floor and do plunging fire shooting down, they're going to be at AP 1, ignoring cover, anti-infantry 4+. So 12-inch range, you can go max of 8 inches up and still get deep strike outside of 9 and still get within 12 inches of them. But honestly, if you're speed 4, you're not really going to want to be deep striking up there. That's going to be kind of tough to get back down. Then subtract 1 from the wound roll if the strength characteristic is greater than the unit's toughness. Yeah, so toughness 6, strength 7 above. Not bad. They hit really fucking hard still. They lost 1 attack, but they gained 1 weapon skill with their overhead smashes. They used to be hitting on 3s, now it hits on 2s. Strength 8, AB2, 2 damage. So they kind of did get better. And just have a built-in -1 to wound is really good. So those are those guys. 6 of them's 280, not bad for this type of addition. Floated Blight Drones, we have 135 points compared to Fast Attack. Floated Blight Drone, 115 points. So we gained 20 points with the Blight Drone. It's now more expensive. What did he get? Floated Blight Drone lost out on some attacks. So he's speed 10, same 10, more toughness, 3 up save, 10 wounds, more wounds, OPSEC 3. The heavy blade launcher, if people want to try that, it automatically wounds on lethal hits, range 36 inches. It lost an AP, I think it was AP 3 before, now it's strength 8, AP 2, 2 damage. 6 attacks though, so he has a ton of attacks, not as much as a Venom Crawler, but 6 attacks, 36 inch range is nothing to be shy about. Auto wounding on 6s, so they're able to declare charge the turn it fell back. So if he's tied up in combat or gets charged or whatever it may be, he then can fall back 10 inches over models and then still charge something later on. So him being as tanky as he is, I still think a Flesh Mower is worth it. It lost 2 attacks, but it's hitting on 3 still. Strength 7 with the -1 to toughness. You're going to be wounding things on 3s and 2s. AP 1, 2 damage still. So being able to fall back and charge is kind of really good, because most likely they're not going to be able to kill this model in combat. Hopefully not. I mean, you're not going to go, like, he's mainly going into infantry. He's not going into tanks, but if he's going into infantry and let's say he's stuck in a tank, you can then just fly over the tank and then charge something on your turn. So invulnerable save 5+, 3 up save. He's going to be next to Mortarion. He lost the heroic intervention 6 inches, but now we have that as a core strat for 2 CP. So with fly, he's able to still be behind Mortarion and fly over him during the charge. So if somebody charges Mortarion, you spend 2 CP, he can then fly and help Mortarion out with the charges. So kind of is the same thing. We gained 1 CP with that stratagem. So like we had to spend 2 CP instead of spending 1 CP for these guys, but they're trying to simplify it. They're trying to make it less thinking and just be like, all right, everybody has the strat, everybody can do it, so you know what's going on. 1 or 2 of these guys, I think it'd be good. One of them definitely to just munch down infantry. Foul Blightspawn, fight first, still has an crazy weapon to bring, but a fight first on a 10-man Plague Marine unit is freaking scary. I'm doing this with the strikes for Grey Knights. The Brotherhood Champion gives fight first. So with OBSEC, 2 Plague Marines, super melee heavy, nobody's going to want to fight you. So you charging, out of a Land Raider or out of a Rhino, this guy having the fight first ability, even if you run up, charge something, kill it, and then somebody else tries to charge you or counter charge you, you're going to have fight first. So strength 7, AP 2, 2 damage on his flavor. Anti-infantry 2+, ignoring cover. Auto hitting. Yeah, this guy is nuts. So just being able to have a fight first. If you have the 55 points and you don't really want to be doing shooting with your Plague Marines, just bring this guy and put him in the unit. Lord of Contagion is super cool. I said this guy can be a super beat stick if you add the Deadly Pathogen for 15 points. He's going to go up to, let's pull up his model. He's going to go up to 7 attacks, strength 10, AP 2, 3 damage, 2 up, 4 up, toughness 6, and you can reroll the hits. So he's lethal hits. Holy fuck. In the fight phase, when each time this model loses a wound, roll a d6 on a 4+ close enemy unit, suffers 1 mortal wound. So max 6 mortal wounds if they kill him. But every time he gets hit, potentially on a 4+, he does mortal wounds to the opponent. But yeah, Deadly Pathogen, putting that on this guy, or a Chaos Lord is going to be nuts. 7 attacks, strength 10, hitting on 2s, re-rolling hits. Wow. Yeah, I want to run this guy so much. Lord Virulence, sorry, I can't pronounce his name. He's needed, I think, in almost every list, especially if you're bringing Plagueburst Crawlers. So Plagueburst Crawlers with this guy and 3-man Deathshroud Terminator Squad coming down, re-rolling the wounds, just getting line of sight for the Plagueburst Crawlers is pretty key. But putting the Lord of Contagion in a Land Raider seems fun. What do we got? Plaguecaster, Malignant Plaguecaster, 75 points. What was he before? 90 points. Sweet. So we lost, or we gained 15 points with this guy. So this guy, having 1 to 2 of them is going to be awesome. Doing mortal wounds, being able to slow people down. This guy in a shooting Plague Marine unit is going to be good because it'll stop them from charging you. He's got, you put the Chamber Lot on this guy for 25 points. He's then a 100-point Malignant Plaguecaster that anytime they charge you, it's -2 to their charges. And then anytime you do that power 12 inches away, it's -2 to, I think, move, advance, and charge. So now they're -4 to charges with that combi. So most of the time, they're not really going to be getting to you. So this guy getting out of a Rhino with a 10-man unit and another character in it, just being able to just shoot everything around it. Probably bringing a Chaos Lord with him, just so you get to reroll the ones to hit. And then not being able to get charged back. So I would probably combi that. Yes. Mortarion, 370 points. Guys, we gained 80 points with this guy. I said everybody was complaining that if he's more points, it's not going to be worth it. And guys, he went down 80 fucking points. He can be blocked by terrain now. He gives cover to everybody within 6 inches. He can murder whatever the fuck he touches as long as he hits. He's got 5 up, Feel No Pain, 4 up, and he gained a save. So 2 up, 4 up, 5 up, Feel No Pain, and in cover. And be blocked by terrain. That's the biggest thing. Speed 10, so he lost 2 speed, but he's insane. So I want to bring him so bad. So 370 points from Mortarion is a huge, huge bonus. Blight Haulers, 115 points a model. Blight Haulers used to be 110 points a model, so it's not a big difference. They get +1 to wound on vehicles. So if they're strength 8, shooting a vehicle, they're going to wound on 5s. Then they go down to 4s. So I haven't tested them out yet, but you can bring 1 to 3. I'm glad they did that. Didn't like cap it at 2 or started at 2. So 1 to 3 of them if you have the extra 115 points. They're still really quick. They're super fucking tanky, a shit ton of wounds. And them next to or near Mortarion, just kind of running up with Mortarion, it's going to be super hard to deal with them. Let's see if we can pull up the profile. So they have speed 10, toughness 9, 3 up, 5 up invuln, 10 wounds. So it's 30 fucking wounds for 345 points. That's a lot of wounds to chew through. Range attacking against vehicles, add 1 to the wound roll. It's only range attacks. So you have a chance for a strength 9 crack missile, a strength 9 multi-melta, and the bile spurt, strength 5. So if he gets close, he can do a lot of damage, all 3 of them, but it's +1 to wound, so wounding him most of the time on 4s. Yeah, I mean, vehicle units is going to be really good, so you're probably going to wound them on 2s. Like vehicle Tau drones, Tau battlesuits, Gundams from Sisters, like any type of walker unit is going to be good. So you're going to be wounding fucking Dread Knights on 2s. You're going to wound them on 3s, and then +1 to wound them on 2s. So yeah, these guys actually aren't that bad. They're just so fucking expensive. So maybe running 9 of them, because Mortarion, 9 Blight Haulers, couple zombies with Typhus, and then some Plagueburst Crawlers with Lord of Virulence. There's your list. Blast, Frag. Yeah, not really worth for that. All right, cool. Noxus Blightbringer. So this is the bell guy. So we already went over them. I think I'm going to bring them, just kind of test out the 12-inch or with the banner, and then that we can get -2 to leadership tests and battle shock tests. Plague Marines, 100 points. All free war gear still. They did lose the mace or the flail. They lost a bunch of other shit too. So let's pull up the Plague Marines. Alright, so Plague Marines can bring still the Blade Launcher, Melt-A-Gun, Plasma Gun, Plague Bolter, Plague Spewer, Plasma Pistol, Bubotic Weapons, which are lethal hits, Heavy Plague Weapons, and then Plague Knives. So the bubotic weapons are AP2, 1 damage, 4 attacks. And heavy plague weapons. So every 5-man unit can bring 1 plague weapon, plague spear, plague launcher. So 2 plague marines can have their plague bolt guns replaced with 1 heavy. So it's 4 heavy plague weapons plus the leader. So it's 5 heavy plague weapons that you can bring. So that's 15 attacks, hitting on 4, strength 8, AP2, 2 damage. And you put a lord, you reroll the 1s in there. So that'll be like your melee unit. So you put a lord in there, reroll 1s. Who else are you going to be combining? Probably the surgeon, 65 points. He stayed about the same. Yeah, because these guys are going to be up and like in your face. So, but for 100 points to have 3 heavy plague weapons with maybe a blight launcher, or just go straight fucking melee. Yeah, probably the melted gun, because you're gonna be getting up there pretty quickly. Melted gun is not assault anymore. Yeah, and that's it. Oh, maybe a plague spear. Just for strength 5, -1, auto hitting, ignore cover, anti-infantry 2+. That's not bad. So 1 plague spear, 3 heavy plague weapons, and the rest plague knives. Yeah, not bad. Cheap 100-point units, OBSEC 2, and you can add fucking every character in them. So 200 points. That's 50 plague marines for half your army. Yes. Let's just bring 50 fucking plague marines. So that's 1,000 points, and then you have Mortarion, which is 1370. So here's the list, guys. We'll do this real quick for you. So 1370 plus Lord of Virulence, which is 115, plus we have 3 Death Shroud Terminators, 140, plus the Plague Burst Crawler, 175. Plus 175. All right, so you have 50 Plague Marines, Mortarion, Lord of Virulence, 3 Death Shroud Terminators, and then 2 Plague Burst Crawlers. Then you have 25 points left over, which you can bring nothing. Chamberlain. What can he bring? He could bring Deathly Pathogen or Chamberlain, or take away 200 points of Plague Marine, so you have 40 Plague Marine units, and then just start adding some more characters into the Plague Marine squads. So yeah, that's gonna be super fucking fun to run. Plague Surgeon, 65 points. Having 2 of them in a melee unit would be pretty fucking funny. So him just getting out of a Rhino with just a super baller melee unit, or super annoying shooting unit. So you bring 1 Plague Surgeon with the Malignant Plague Caster and 10 Plague Marines with guns. So that way they can't be charged, right? It's going to be super hard to charge them. You kind of just keep backing up. And if they do shoot you from afar, you just keep making them. So I think Plague Surgeon had some play this edition. Plague Burst Crawler, 175 points. It was 135 points. So we lost... Fuck, that's 40 points. Entropy Cannons was 5 points, so we lost 35 points, honestly. 35 points, but it did gain some pretty good indirect fire and force a battle shock test on the unit. So having this guy next to... Oh, I forgot, Mortarion, everything ignores everything. So you ignore -1 to wound, -1 to hit. I think you ignore cover saves. You ignore the indirect fire. Like, you ignore everything besides AP. So Entropy Cannon is AP 3, still really good. Strength 10, D6 plus 1 damage. So anything that's toughness 10 is going to go down to toughness 9 most of the time because of contagion ranges, and anything toughness 11 is going to go down to toughness 10. So you're going to be able to wound pretty easily. Hitting on 3s, 1 attack. So you have 2 of these guys, so 2 attacks, 24-inch range. Then the Plague Burst Mortar is Blast. With the Lord of Virulence, they're going to get D6 plus 3. So minimum 4 if you're hitting units of 5, minimum 5. So 5 to 9 fucking shots with your Plague Burst Mortar. Indirect fire, lethal hit, so automatically wounding on a 6. You're hitting on 2s because you get +1 to hit if the Lord Virulence can see that unit, and it ignores cover if the LOV can see the unit as well. So you're going to force Battle Shock test. You're going to have a shit ton of shots, hitting on 2s because of Morty, and ignoring cover. He's got a 2-up save now, 5-up invuln save, 12 wounds, toughness 10, still speed 10, OBSEC 4. Damn. Having the Plague Spitter, I think, would be good, but the entry cannon just does so much fucking damage. Yeah, that's your anti-tank right there. So anti-tank, anti-infantry, hitting from super far away. You can literally just walk them up with Morty, because they're going to get in cover and ignore all the benefits or negatives to shooting. Yeah, these guys having a minimum 2 in every single list should be a must. So definitely worth 175 points. Poxwalkers, 60 points. They went up and then they went back down, and now they're going back up again. So Poxwalkers were 5 points each, so they went up basically a point a model, and you can bring 10 of them for 60, but you can also put Typhus in that unit. So you bring a 120 point 20-man unit, put Typhus in that, have some fucking fun, and I think they have a 5-up Feeling of Pain. So they gave our Poxwalkers a 5-up Feeling of Pain instead of a 6-up Feeling of Pain. They bring guys back still, so if they kill infantry at strength 3, AP 0, 1 damage, 2 attacks though each, weapon skill 5, so hitting on 5s. There's no strats to make these guys do the mortal wounds anymore. You can't bring a whole unit back from reserves. They move 4, so they get their movement. Their toughness 4 base, and they have a 7-up save. So if they're in cover, they might have a 6-up save, but a 5-up Feeling of Pain. And then what's cool about Typhus, which we didn't go over yet, Typhus is in 2 more, but let's go over Typhus. Typhus is such a cool model, such a cool character for Death Guard. He can do sweep attack and the overhead attack, lethal hits. Overhead attack used to hit on 3, now hits on 2s. He's toughness 6, wound 6, 2-up, 4-up, strength 9, AP 2, 3 damage. That's insane. But he's also a psyker. So in your shooting phase, you can select one enemy unit within 18 inches and visible to psyker. On a 2 to 5, they take D6 mortals. So this actually gets around lone operative. So you can actually target lone operative people just to do a big smite to them. As well as if it's on a 6, they take D3 plus 3 mortal wounds. So I think if you roll 6, you automatically kill an assassin. Because I think they only have 4 wounds. So he is going to be super fun to play with, especially an 18-inch super smite against a unit that ignores lone operative. So he can join a Terminator unit, both Terminator units, and the Poxwalkers. So what's cool about him is if you put him like with a Poxwalker unit, his psychic ability brings Poxwalkers back, which then will extend your charge range. So if he's walking up the table, he gets shot a couple times, you kind of want him to get shot, because if his unit gets shot, they kill, let's say, 3 guys in the back, 3, 4, 5 guys in the back, you then now have 5 dead Poxwalkers. He then can move up in his phase, shoot the psychic power 18 inches away. On a 2+, you do D6 mortals. Let's say you do, I don't know, 3, 4 mortals. They don't have a mortal wound save. If you kill single wound infantry, that's even better. You kill some cultists on the enemy team. You fucking bring back 3, 4 Poxwalkers. You're then extending the Poxwalker wall, and then you get that charge. So that's extending 2, 4, 5, 6. You're extending basically 6 to 7 inches movement with this fucking strat. He's speed 5 as well, so he kept his speed. He didn't go down to speed 4. So Poxwalkers is speed 4. So Poxwalkers are going to have to fucking try and keep up with this guy, but you're going to kill the ones that are in the back and keep making them up front. So this is going to be like the endless, Typhus wall of Poxwalkers. So I definitely want to try that out. It's going to be super fun. Tallyman, not sure about the Tallyman. He's 55 points, but it only happens one turn where you get to bring a CP back. It's your command phase. So it used to be in both people's command phase. Now it's just your command phase. He does still give the Plague Marine unit +1 to hit. He used to give anybody within 6 inches +1 to hit. So him not being able to buff anybody in the army now, and it's just the Plague Marine unit, it's like maybe put him in a shooting unit. So add 1 to the hit roll. And in your command phase on a 7+, you gain 1 CP. So I think it'll be good in a shooting unit of Plague Marines. Just kind of keeping back and shooting 24 inches. How many guns can we have in a Plague Marine unit that is worthwhile? Let's go over the Plague Marines one more time. So we got Plague Marines. We can do Blight Launchers. So for every 5-man, you can have 1 Plasma Gun or 1 Melt-A-Gun or 1 Plague Belcher. The Plague Belcher is the 12-inch. Yeah, 12-inch. So 1 Blight Launcher. And for every 5 models, 1 Plague Marine Bolt Gun. We can place with 1 Plague Spewer or 1 Blight. So 2 Blight Launchers and then 2 Plasma Guns. 3 Plasma Guns, because the champion can have the Plasma Gun as well. So the Plasma Gun is going to be heavy weapon, lethal, hazardous. So hazardous, Plasma Gun, supercharge. So having 3 plague weapons. I'm sorry, 2 Blight Launchers, 3 Plasma Guns, and the rest just bolt guns. You're going to put the Chaos Lord in it, so that way you get to reroll the 1s to hit, so you don't hopefully blow yourself up. And then you're just going to do a hazardous every single time. Now, rapid fire, we do have to be within 12 inches to gain the rapid fire, because we don't have the automatically get rapid fire anymore. I don't think really anybody does. It's not a rule anymore. And then the Blight Launchers are going to get lethal hits 24 inches. So everything's 24 inches. Yeah, so that's probably what I would do with the Tallyman, is put them up top of a building. Everything is just shooting 24 inches down. They all hit on 2s, rerolling 1s, and everything's overcharging. So now AP 4 Plasma Guns, and then AP 2 Blight Launchers, and then AP 1 Bolt Guns. Not bad. That's 10 shots with the bolt guns, hitting on 2s, strength 4, AP 1, 1 damage. Lethal hits. Yeah, so honestly, that's probably what I would do with the Tallyman, is bring a Tallyman, just try and get the 1 CP on a 7+. Wish they lowered to a 6+, because that would probably make it more fair. And then just kind of put them up top, and then just shoot down. And that would be my Plague Marine unit. And then hopefully they don't get shot off the table. What do we have for defensive for the stratagems? Let's go over some stratagems. We'll go over the Deadly Pathogen. So the Deadly Pathogen is for 15 points. That's going to be totally worth it for one of our melee beatsticks. It's adding 2 to the strength and attack if you're on a effective objective marker you control. Add 1 on everything else. Chamberlain's going to be great for the Malignant Plaguecaster. Yeah, because you really don't want him to get charged. The Drowning on a 2-5 suffer 1 mortal wound. On a 6 suffers D3 mortal wounds, while an enemy is within contagion range of the bearer. Each time you fail, yeah, so that's not really going to be worth it. And then add 3 to the range of the bearer's aura abilities, including Nurgle's Gift. So you're going to extend to 15 inches with the Living Plague, which is going to be 20 points. Holy shit. They probably were thinking about putting that on the Demon Prince. So the Demon Prince is going to go 6, 9, 12, 15 inches by turn 3. So I think having the Living Plague on the Demon Prince walking is going to make him a 200-point Demon Prince. Or putting the Deadly Pathogen on the Demon Prince if you want to get him into combat. But you don't really want him to get shot. So that's going to be the difference. What stratagems do we have? Cloud of Flies. Use shooting phase after the enemy is selected. 1 Death Guard unit from your army that's selected to shoot. Until the end of the phase, it has this -1. So other armies have, you can't even target me outside of 12. We get stealth, so -1 to hit. Sweet. Bioblot in the shooting phase until the end of the phase. Heavy and ignore cover. So Death Guard models from your army target that unit That weapon has the heavy and ignore cover ability. That's actually pretty good. So 1 Death Guard unit from your army and 1 enemy unit within contagion range of that unit. Okay, so they have to be pretty close. And then Sandra's Flux in the fight phase. Regains D3 lost wounds. That's going to be great for Morty for 1 CP every single turn. That's actually really fucking cool. And then the Ferric Blight. So until the end of the phase, each time... Alright, so until the end of the phase, each time it makes an attack, improve the arm penetration cap to the attack by 1 if the target's attack is within contagion range of an effective objective marker you control, and a critical wound is scored for that attack. Improve the arm penetration character by 2. Holy shit, that Ferric Blight is going to be insane in your shooting or fight phase. Yeah, I forgot we even had this. So basically, if you have that unit up perched, the 10-man Plague Marine unit, shooting down with somebody on an objective, let's say like your guys fall back, but they're still on the objective that you control. They fall back, you shoot down, and if the target of the attack is within contagion range of an effective, so it doesn't just have to be in contagion range of an effective objective marker that you control, and a critical wound is scored of the attack, improve the arm penetration characteristic of that attack by 2. So you combine that with the Death Shroud Terminators. They critically wound infantry on a 4+. So any 4+, full rerolls to wound, 1 CP. It's going to be AP2 Flamers. Damn. And then if you're shooting the indirect or the plunging fire, they're already AP1. If they're shooting something near an objective that has a contagion on it, and they're just kind of like, you know, near because it goes 3, 6, 9 fucking inches away, any 6 to hit for those Plague Marines are going, or 6 to wound, I'm sorry, are going to be AP3 bolters. We really don't have anything to wound besides the Lord of Virulence, do we? No, so the Lord of Virulence, full rerolls to wound. I mean, that's going to be a really good combo with the Death Shroud Terminators. But that's, and obviously in the fight phase, when you charge in, critical wounds for the Death Shroud. What do we get for Plague Marines? Plague Marines, critical, anti-infantry 2+. No, they're all lethal hits. So basically everything's lethal hits. We don't really have any critical wounds, which kind of stinks. Yeah, so there's nothing really critical. Let's go to Blight Lord. Blight Lord Terminators, lethal hits, lethal hits. Lethal hit, lethal hit. So everything's lethal hits, no critical hit. Great, that's fine. But if we get 6s, we're going to go. So those are going to be the deadly pathogens that I think are going to be good combos with everybody. And some of these strats that we can really use. So Chamberlain, almost a must every single time. Deadly Pathogen for some fucking insane beat stick. And Living Plague on our Demon Prince to just extend the auras that he has to get 6 up Feeling Pain to basically everybody that you want. Yes, so that'll be it. That's gonna be my list. I definitely would probably do, to make a serious list, let's go. All right, let's have some fun. So we're gonna go Mortarion, 370 plus 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, times that by 3, plus Lord of V because we need him. Plus we need a big squad to come down with them. Probably Death Shroud Terminators. So we can either have a 10-man Blight Lord Terminator squad for 350 or 6 Death Shroud Terminators for 280. I think the Death Shroud Terminators with the Sorcerer would be a better option just because they're super tanky. So this list is really just going to pound in on the Plague Burst Crawlers. So I really want to do Lord of V with... he needs to be tanky, so he needs to be seeing something so the Plague Burst Crawlers get +1 to hit, and if he lets you reroll all wounds, all right, 6 Death Shroud Terminators plus 280. All right, so we got that, and then we need. So if they run up, we need 10 Plague Marines with the, or we could honestly just probably have 5 with the combo of the Bell and the range of 12, the Icon Bearer. So the Icon Bearer with the Bell and 5 Plague Marines. So plus 155 plus 60, so it's 1500. So we have the combo with the 12-inch thing. We can extend that range by 3. That's living play. That's 20 points. We need to add 25 points to the Lord of V, so for the minus to charges. So plus 45 points. So we're up to 1550. So I have 450 points to put in with chaff. So we have the aura for the 12-inch, or 15 inches, honestly. So 15 inches, everything within that, they get to advance and reroll charges. 3 Plague Burst Crawlers just fucking dropping shit down. We need Bloated Drone, so plus 135, so up to 1685, minus 2000, 315 points. We can put in basically 15 Plague Marines, or we put in Typhus with 20. Yeah, that's 235 points, so plus 235 points. That's Typhus with 20 Poxwalkers, and then we have 80 points left, so we can have 2 Chaos Spawn. Plus 75. Alright. So the list is Mortarion, 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, Lord of V, 6 Destral Terminators, the 5-man Plague Marine with the Icon Bearer, Noxus Blightbringer, 1 Floated Blade Drone, and then Typhus with 20 Poxwalkers and 2 Chaos Spawn, because we have 80 points. So honestly, you can bring in a Terminator Sorcerer, a Rhino, because all these, you can only add 1 additional to the unit. So we already have our 2 in our 5-man unit. So 80 points is not really going to get us a lot. Malignant Plaguecaster, we could add, but we'd have to probably get rid of 3 Destral Terminators. But I really want the full rerolls Destral Terminator brick on them. So 80 points. Yeah, 2 Chaos Spawn is probably going to do more than the Rhino, or the Rhino just delivers our 5-man Plague Marine unit with the 2 other people. Or we go more Poxwalkers, or we go Lord can't add to anything. Cultist is 55. Yeah, so honestly, that would be my first test list. Is 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, Mortarion, Floated Blade Drone, Lord of V, 6 Destral Terminators, 5 Plague Marines, the Icon Bearer, Blightbringer, 2 Chaos Spawn, Typhus, and 20 zombies with the Living Plague and Chamberlot and go game. So most of the firepower is going to be on Mortarion. He's going to give everybody, in cover, save the 7-man unit. They really need a fucking vehicle. So I think we need a Rhino. So the Rhino is going to be delivering the 5 Plague Marines with the other 2 people. So get rid of the 2 Chaos Spawn and put a Rhino in, so that way at least they can deliver them. And then when they have, most of the units in front, they're -2 leadership within 15 inches, and you're going to force checks on everybody that's hit by the Plague Burst Crawler. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try for fun. So I'll get that up and running first as one of our first Death Guard lists. I'll let you know if it fucking does anything. And I'll let you know if the Mortarion lives longer than the first 2 turns. So hopefully this helped you out. Let me know what you want to see next coming up on the channel. Head over to Patreon if you guys want to go see these videos before anybody else. We are giving away a lot of stuff for our Patreon stream coming up. Once we hit 500 for our Patreon, we're about 430 now. Once we get to 500, we're going to give away a lot of stuff to support you guys and appreciate you guys. A lot of dice, stickers, old school Grey Knight boxes, Grey Knight Battle Command Patrol boxes, as well as a Mortarion 3D print sculpt and some other Nurgle stuff. We have Sister stuff coming up and also Chaos Space Marine stuff coming up. So a lot of stuff to give away. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for clicking on the video. Let me know what you guys are excited about or want to see more of with Death Guard. And hopefully we see you in another video soon. Appreciate it.